East Texas Arrowheads, May 7th. Today me and Brandy hit a new spot on the river. Most of this stuff came out of banks, a lot of digging and sifting. We followed a lot of boot tracks around, but still did pretty good. I'm going to focus on the 6 or 7 points we found. This is unique to our area. East Texas natives love leaving the cortex behind on their points. As you can see, the white on there, that's the actual outside of the material. This one here also has a cortex on it. This one's made out of some kind of a cobble, and you can see the brown cortex on it. This one's really interesting. This one kind of proves the theory that natives did not throw away any points. This is a Trinity type point. As you can see, it had a bad impact fracture, but they re-chipped it into a hafted graver, which is pretty cool. Here's another example of a salvage point. This is a Wells type, and it's flaked down to nearly nothing. So that pretty much proves they did not throw any kind of point away. This is a Gary made out of palm wood. You can see the red specking on it. Pretty sweet. Here's the birds for the day. This one here is just made on a flake, which is pretty cool. This little guy here is perhaps the smallest bird point that I've ever found. It actually fell through my sifter. It is a Friley. It has one wing missing on it. Frileys are known for the 2 wings that are turned up. Found a lot of tips today. A lot of bases. This is a agatized wood preform. Pretty wild colors on it. Some conch shell pieces. If you watch the other videos, you know these were used for currency and jewelry. This is a really interesting tooth. It just kind of looks like a deer tooth, but check out the patina on it. More than likely it's some kind of an extinct mule deer. This is called a thumbnail scraper, and what makes this one unique, it's actually a thumbnail graver. You see the 2 tangs on there? These were used for pottery work. As you can see, you could get a piece of pottery and really etch it. This one here almost matches that piece. What's unique, these were both found at the same site. It's probably just a coincidence though. Here's some of the tools we found today. This is an awesome hammerstone. It was well used, lots of dimples on it. If you can see that red color on it, I don't think that was really a part of the rock. That appears to be some kind of a stain, possibly some kind of paint. The tip of this point's unique. You can see the fire damage on it. More than likely this was used to kill an animal, and when they prepared it and threw it on a fire, that was damaged in a fire. I know there's a lot of heat treatment that goes on. Here's a fine example. This is Ogala chert. You can see all the pops on it where it was stuck in a fire to make it more pliable for the chipping. When it was fired up, you can see where it changed colors. It went from a yellow to a red, which made it more like a glass type material, a lot easier to flake. These 5 pieces here are a digression of how a point was made. You start off with a rock, you take a sample out, you start working the edges, you get it down to a general shape, you do your thinning, and the next step would be a point. Notch it out, put a tip on it. Some more miscellaneous tools. And here is a campstone cache. We found all these at one site. These 2 are made out of sandstone. This one's really unique. This one's also sandstone, but look how square and polished it is. Brandy found this yesterday. I've never seen one quite that large and quite so square. And I found this smaller one that's made out of petrified wood. There's a little hamburger campstone. A couple of petrified wood hammers. And then Brandy found this monster here. Huge campstone made out of sandstone, and a matching hammerstone to go with it. This is also sandstone, but it's a much harder grade. As you can see, it has a nice deposit going all the way through it. Possibly a match set. They were 5 feet apart from each other. As always, we find a lot of palm wood chips. I like bringing these home, put them in a mason jar, and it looks good in a window. Alright, that's about it. Till next hunt, I'll get back to you.